Shark Algo review. Let's get into it. So in this video, I'm going to just do a short uh, Shark Algo review. Actually, go over the website real quick, and then also go over the indicator. So this is an indicator that you can use on TradingView. Okay, from what I've seen so far, this indicator is kind of on point. Okay, it's definitely on point. Of course, no indicator is 100%, but this indicator from what I've seen so far has been been amazing. But before I dive deeper into this Shark Algo review, if you guys want to try out Shark Algo, they're doing a 14-day trial. All you got to do is just pay $1, and you'll get a 14-day trial, and you'll be able to test out Shark Algo. Now, not only that, I'm gonna give you guys a bonus. I'm gonna do a special for you guys. Now, to make this even better for making a decision to purchase Shark Algo, what I'm gonna do is, as a bonus, if you do decide to click the link in the description box below, use my affiliate link to purchase Shark Algo, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna allow you guys to copy my trades for free. I charge, if you guys know me, some of you guys might not know me, but I have a service where I allow people to copy my trades automatically over to their account. Okay, and this is for Forex. Okay, and basically all you will need to be able to copy my trades for free is, one, to purchase Shark Algo using my link in the description box below, and two is just use the same broker that me and my clients are using, and you'll be able to copy my trades for free. Okay, now you might be wondering, how much do I need to have in my trading account? You can start off with a minimum of $125, but of course, the more you have in your trading account, the more money you'll make. You have full control of your settings, and but yeah, if you decide to purchase Shark Algo, you're gonna get access to my trade copy. I normally charge $500 for this service, so you guys are literally getting it for $1, all right, just for testing out Shark Algo, okay? And yeah, just click the link in the description box below. Purchase Shark Algo. Let me know in the comment section that you purchased Shark Algo, or you can message me on Telegram or Instagram and let me know, hey Andre, I just purchased Shark Algo. How do I get access to the trade copier? And then I'll walk you through the steps on how to get started. Okay. So enough of that. Let's get into Shark Algo. So as you can see, I'm on the website. And by the way, if you click the link in the description box below, it'll bring you to this same exact website, okay, that I'm looking at right now. Now, again, as you can see at the top here, it says get 14 days for $1. This is for a limited time only. So if you're seeing this, take advantage of it. Of course, if you don't see it, then I guess, their 14-day trial ended. But as you can see where it says, they say, we make trading and investing simple. And I think they're right, because like I said, I've been looking at the indicator, looking in the past and seeing how it's been how it's been calling out the signals, and the signals that they've been calling out on this indicator has been amazing. All right, it's been amazing. As you can see, they have different tools here. Okay, let's talk about the pricing. They have two options here. Okay, of course, again, you can click the link in the description box below and purchase Shark Algo for only $1. They'll give you 14 days, but after 14 days, they're going to charge you $67 per month. Okay. If you want to go with the ultimate, it's only a one-time fee of $995, okay? So if you're really serious, if you really like this indicator and you don't want to deal with the monthly fees, just go ahead and purchase the ultimate package, and you'll get way more value than going with the premium. You'll get more benefits and features, and then not only that, you're still gonna get assets. It doesn't matter what pack. Now this is the thing. This is how my bonus is. My bonus to you guys is going to give you a lot more value. It doesn't matter what package you choose, you're going to get access to my trade copier. Okay, so if you get the ultimate for a one-time fee of $995, you're going to get that and also my trade copier, which is a lot of value in itself. Okay, so those are the two options that you can go with. You can check out their Trust Palette, their FAQs, and then also you can also join their Discord group. Okay, but let's go ahead and get into the charts real quick, because I know you guys want to learn more about the indicator and how it works. Let me actually take some of this stuff off. I'm actually going to go over some indicators that you can use in conjunction with the Shark Algo indicator. But as you can see, I got a blank chart right here. Let's go ahead and put on the Shark Pro indicator on. And as you can see, guys, today, if we go to the 5 minute chart, today we had some really good moves with the signals from Shark Algo. Okay, look at this. You got a sell signal here. That was a major win. Let's say that you took that trade, took a short position, maybe somewhere around here. Okay, you could have took it down there and got a almost a 3R on that trade. Okay, um, and some, like I said, no indicator is going to be 100%. You're going to have some losses, you're going to have some wins. Okay, but from what I'm seeing from looking at this here, you definitely can catch some really good moves. Okay, but here was a good move right here. Let's say that you took a trade here. You could have called this trade to the upside. Maybe let's say that you got in right there. Boom, you could have got right there. Maybe put your stop right there or something like that. You could have called a 2R on that trade. And then again, you could have called almost 3R on this trade, which was today at the time of this video. You could have put your stop on there, and then you could have just target that low right there. And look at that. Like I said, you could have caught a 3R on this trade right here. Okay, so that's cool and all, but I highly recommend that you use other confluences along with this Shark Algo indicator. Okay, you can, like, if you want to, you can literally just take signals, just take the Shark Algo signals and just use that. But if you want to, have better results, I highly recommend that you do your own technical analysis, draw up your own supply and demand zones and support and resistance and stuff like that. That way, you can have more confluence in the direction that you want to take the trade to. Okay, and I'm going to actually go over some of the other indicators that I use, that I'm going to be using with this indicator. Okay, now to make your trades even stronger, okay, what I highly recommend that you do is go to the 1 hour and draw your US, depending on what you're trading. If you're trading like US 30, NAS 100, stuff like that, or any other pair, it doesn't matter, any forex pair, futures pair, I do the same thing for any asset. I go to the 1 hour chart and I draw my zones, my previous US session highs and lows. Or if you're trading like the pound pairs, the GBP pairs and stuff like that, you can draw your London session highs and lows, or your Asian session highs and lows. But on the 1 hour chart, I like to, if I'm like, for in this case, I'm trading US 30, NAS 100 futures. Okay, what I like to do is go to the 1 hour and I want to look for my previous US session high and low. Okay, and the US session, I have the US session starting from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So I'm going to look for the highest point and the lowest point of the US session. Okay, so 8 a.m. this is when the market open. Okay, with the US session market open. So the highest point that I see right now, I can see it right now. This is going to be the highest point right here, which is 10 a.m. Okay, so that's going to be that candle right there was the highest point that price reached in US session. So I'm going to mark up my zone. I'm going to get my rectangle tool, and I like to draw my rectangle tool from the wick to the body, and that will give me my zone. Okay, and then what I like to do also is I like to drag it. Oops, let me bring it back. I like to drag it in the past, and I also like to drag it in the future. Okay, I like to drag it in the future. Now I got my previous US session high. Now I need to look for the previous US session low. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is look for the lowest point. Okay, that was the highest point. Now the lowest point is going to be right here at that 5 o'clock candle right there. So I'm going to go ahead and get my bot. I know guys, if you guys are getting some value, let me know in the comment section. I know this is turning into a training, but I wanted to leave you guys with some value along with this indicator, what you can do, use with this indicator. Okay, so that's going to be my US session low. Okay, I'm going to drag it in the past. why it's, I don't know why maybe I gotta bring it up a little bit. Okay, there we go. I like to drag it in the past. Okay. And also drag it in the future. That way I can be prepared in tomorrow's US session. So now, let me also drag this a little bit more. Okay, I'll drag it a little bit more. Okay, now I got my previous US session high and I got my previous US session low. I also use another indicator that actually show the sessions, so that way it can let me know what type of session I'm in. But if I go to the 5 minute, and where I like to do is I like to take trades on either on the 5 minute or the 1 minute. Okay, so I got my previous US session high and I got my previous US session low. As you can see here, I must have did this way back here. Yeah, maybe did that. Let me show you guys. Let me go back real quick. Let me delete these real quick. I think I did it way back. We don't want to do it way back. Okay, I want to actually, let's go back to the 1 hour. Sorry guys. I want to go back and draw the previous one. I was way over there. What I was doing way over there. All right, so that's why I'm glad I put this indicator back on. That way it can let me know where I'm at, what session I'm in. Okay, so this was the high. Okay, this is the previous session. All right, this over here is today's session, and this over here is the previous US session. Okay, so I already can see right now this is the previous US session high right there. So I'm gonna mark that up. Boom. Now I got my US session high. Okay, I'm gonna actually show you guys how to use this and how you could have used this today in today's US session. Okay, so I got my US session high there. Okay, now I'm going to mark up my US session low. So US session low is going to be down here. I'm going to mark that up. As you can see, that's US session low. I'm going to drag that in the past and drag this in the future. Boom. Now I got my US session high and low right there. Okay, now let's go back to the 5 minute. Okay, boom. Look at that. All right, so today, all right, by using these two zones, these two previous US session high and low, what you could have did is you could have just waited for price to actually break this zone. Okay, I don't know why. Okay, let me delete that. Okay. Okay. You could have waited for price to come all the way down here and break this zone and wait for a pullback into the zone, which it did right here. I don't know if you guys can actually see that, but let me show you guys. Let me do this real quick. But you can see right here, price came all the way down, broke this zone. You could have waited for the retest, which it did right here, and you could have took the trade right there off of the rejection on the zone right there. So literally, just basically using this zone, right? You could have took a trade off of these zones. Okay, that's why I like to use these zones, because price likes to retest these zones. It's either gonna break their zone, or it's gonna break and retest, or it's gonna reject those zones. Okay, and if you didn't take the trade here, you could have just waited for confirmation. Like, instead of just taking a trade based on the indicator, you could have just got confirmation right here that price is rejecting the zone, and you could have took a trade to the downside from there. All right, on that, just based on that rejection. If you, let's say you took it down there, put your stop right there, you could have got a 2R or a 3R trade right there. You see that? Just basically waiting for that break and retest. Okay, so that's how I use the zones. Like I said, I go to the 1 hour and I look for the previous US session high and low, Let's see if I can give you guys another example. Let me go back to the 1 hour. Cause I want you guys to actually, do what I'm doing. That way you can get good results. Okay. So let's see. Um, okay, so right here, let's do this. This I already see right now. This is gonna be the U.S. session high right here. This is from a previous day. This is the U.S. session high there. I'm gonna draw my box right there. Boom, and then I'm gonna drag it all over. Now, sometimes when the zone is too big, what I normally do, is I make it. I tidy it up. I tidy it up a little, just a little bit, because sometimes I don't want a big zone. So what I'll do is I'll go one time frame down and try to like tighten that zone up a little bit because it's just too big. Okay, so boom, that's a little bit better. Okay, that's way better than having a big zone there. So I'm gonna drag it in the past. Okay, and then now what I want to do is I want to look for the U.S. session low, the previous U.S. session low. So right here is the previous U.S. session low. You see that? That's the previous U.S. session low right there. I'm going to drag it in the past, and I'm also drag it in the future. Okay. Boom. There we go. Now I got my U.S. session high and I got my U.S. session low. If I go down to the 5-minute now, let's go back over here. Okay. Now, over here was previous U.S. session. Now we're going into let's pretend that this is today's U.S. session. Now we're going into today's U.S. session. Okay. So now, and you're seeing how powerful this is. You see this, right? So price we came out of the zone and then retested the zone, back test the zone, and then look at this. You got the Shark Algo sent out a signal, a 3-star signal, sell, and literally you could have gotten a trade based on that rejection off of the U.S. session high, and also the Shark Algo signal sell, the sell signal. So you could have took a sell. Oops. You could have took the sell. Let's see how much R you could have got off. So it was on that one, this one. So you could have took a sell right here on this candle. Put your stop over there. That's what I usually do. I put my stop a little bit above the zone. And then look at this. You could have went for almost a 2R. Of course, depending on where you were entering the trade or whatever, you could have got a better, what's the reward or whatever. But just having those zones can give you extra confirmation. That's what I'm trying to show you. I'm trying to show you not only you just use the indicator just to take sell. You can, but if you want that extra confirmation where you're seeing price rejecting the zone, if you see a price reject the zone, right, and you get a Shark Algo signal, then that's extra confirmation all right, that you should be taking a sale. Okay, so that's how I use those zones. I'm either looking for a rejection off this zone, or I'm looking for price to break and retest this zone right there and go up. That's all I'm using these zones for. I'm looking for a break and retest, or I'm looking for a rejection off of the zone. Okay. Now, I'm gonna give you another good tip on what I usually do on a daily basis. All right, and I'm using another indicator called SVP, which is short for session volume profile. So yes, if I go to the session volume profile, what I usually do is I go to the 30-minute. Right. And actually, today was actually a good example of how you can target these zones. So, all right, let's get into it. So on the 30-minute, with this session volume, as you can see, there's, if I hide it, you'll see what it is. All right, so that this is the session volume profile. What I normally do is I like to mark up three levels. All right, I like to mark up the point of control, and I like to mark up the value high and low. And I'm going to actually show you what the volume profile, I mean, not this volume profile, value area high and low, and I'm going to also show you what is the point of control. Okay, so I like to mark up three key areas. Okay, so in this case, I like to look in the same. I use the same thing. I like to look at the previous days um, point of control, and I like to look at the previous days value area high and value area low, which I'm going to show you right now. So in this case, you see this purple line right here. This purple line is the point of control of the session volume profile. This is where a lot of business is being performed. All right, there's a lot of buyers and a lot of sellers off of this point of control. This purple dotted line right here that you're seeing right here. I don't know if you guys can actually see it. Let me just bring it over here. Actually show you guys what it is. So you see this purple line right here. This is the point of control. This is where a lot of buyers and sellers are happening. Okay, that level right there. And these white dotted lines, this top one is it's called the value area high, and the bottom dotted white line is the value area low. These are the three levels that I like to mark up before I start trading any session. Okay, and I look at the previous session. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and show you guys how I mark these three levels up. So going into today's session, right? What I would do is I'll look at the previous days, which was right here, session volume profile, and I'm gonna take my horizontal tool here, and I'm gonna mark up these levels, as you can see right here. Sometimes they line up from previous days too, but I'm gonna mark up my value area low, which is that white horizontal line, and then I'm going to mark my value area high, which is that white line at the top there, horizontal line. I'm going to mark up my point of control. Now this right here is the purple line right here. I'm going to make that purple. This is going to be my point of control. Okay, after I mark up those three levels, I hide the indicator because I don't want too many indicators on my chart. Okay, so after I mark those levels up, let's say we're going into today's trading session, U.S. session. This is today's U.S. U.S. session right here. Okay, so now I know where price could come to, because normally when you mark up these three levels, price likes to target these key levels. Okay, so I have my value area high, which is that top white line there, and then I got this purple line right here, which is my point of control, and then I have my value area low right here. So literally, if you wanted to, I mean, it wouldn't be too much of a good risk to reward, but you will have an idea on where price could be heading. Okay, so if you got in somewhere, I'm gonna go to the 5 minute. I'm gonna go to the 5 minute chart, maybe a little bit more better. If I go to the 5 minute chart, okay, you can come here. Let's say that you took a trade here, short position right here. So when you got that signal right here, you could have caught the trade there. Now you know that price is going to tap into this and tap into this. Now this is not a really good example, but if this point of control was down here somewhere or way down here, you can target those levels, because normally price likes to target these levels. Let me actually turn the session volume profile back on to give you guys some more context to this. Okay, I thought I turned that on. Did I? Okay, I like the, okay, let's go back in the past. Okay, you see when price is above this point of control right here. Let me actually delete these right here. Wait. Whenever price is above this purple line with down here, right? You see this purple line? That's the point of control. Whenever price is above it, price likes to target those levels. Okay? It's kind of like a magnet to me. It's kind of like a magnet. Okay? Let me go back in the past here and see if we can. You see right here. over here, when price is above this purple line right here, price likes to come back and touch it. Okay, so if you're above it or below it, you can take trades towards it. Okay, so let's go back in the past and see. I'm gonna show you guys some more examples on how powerful this tool is. If you mark these key levels up and hide the indicator, and you use the Shark Algo indicator along with these key levels, you'll know where to take profit at, or where you can potentially, what potentially price could be going to. Okay. See right here. See, price was below it. Price was below this dotted line right here. As you can see, price was down here, right? The purple line is up here. So what you could have did was you could have targeted that purple line. You see? You see how powerful this indicator is by marking these key levels on your chart. You'll know where you could be taking trades to. You'll have an idea on where you should be targeting or taking profit at. Okay? And not only that, you can also take trades off of these levels as well. Let me see if I can show you guys a good example of what I'm talking about. This might be a good example right here. You see right here? Look at this. You could have took a trade right off of this one here. Now, price was going up and down really on it, but you could have took a trade right there maybe and took the trade down based on that point of control level right there. Okay, so you can take entries off of these levels. Okay, let's see if we can show you guys. I'm gonna show you guys one more. See if I can go over one more. Okay, yeah, but you guys get the gist of it. Now, I'm gonna show you guys one more thing. I know this video is getting long, but I want to show you guys one more thing. Okay, I want show you guys what's powerful when it comes to using this. Okay, I'm gonna take this indicator off. Okay, now let's say we're going, like, this is today's session. Let's say that and you might be seeing what these boxes. Okay, these are sessions. Okay, so this right here is the US session. All right. Oops, I don't know why I did that. So this is the US session. This blue box right here over here is this blue box right here is the London session. I usually make that blue, but right now I'm using the indicator. Okay, I'm using the indicator. We can mark this Asian session. We can mark that. So it's a small box right here. Yep, that's the Asian session. Boom. Now I got the Asian session, I got the London session, and I got the US session. Okay, there's also a PM session, which is a part of the US session. Right? Usually I make that red. Okay. This is going to give you a lot of value, guys. I'm giving you guys a lot of value. And if you guys are getting value from this, let me know in the comment section. Okay, so I got the Asian session, which is the yellow box, the London session, which is the blue box, and then I got the London session, which is the orange box here. Now, I'm going to show you guys how I use this. I use this for liquidity grab. So session liquidity grab. So once price sweeps above, and actually let me take this indicator off, the Shark Pro indicator off. I just want to show you guys in what whenever a session sweeps a previous session, either to the upside or a downside, there's most likely a reversal coming. Okay, in this case, price swept above. You see this right here? Price swept above the previous session, which was the London session. Remember, the blue box is the London session. So price US session swept above the London session, right? And once I see that, then I have a good feeling that there's a possible reversal. A reversal is coming. So once I see that sweep, then I'm gonna throw in my my anchor VWAP. Okay. And if you don't know what anchor VWAP is, you can just look it up on YouTube. But once I throw on my anchor VWAP at the start of the US session, I put that on, and then whenever price closes, break this VWAP, then normally I'm taking the trade. Okay, so as you can see right here, once you saw that break, you could have took the trade right here off of that VWAP break. Let me actually show you guys. I would took the trade right on that break right there. Okay, because I know there's a reversal coming. I usually put above the session high, and then you could have just took it down based on that break, just on that break right there, guys. Like literally, like just using that alone, you can take trades all day like that. Okay, and let's turn back on the shark algo indicator, and as you can see, look at that. If I turn on the shark algo indicator, look at that. You kind of got the lineup right there on the break of that VWAP. You see that, right? You see that. You see that, right? On that candle right there, that's where we got the sell signal from shark algo. Okay, so that's just giving me extra confirmation that I should be taking the sell signal from shark algo. Okay, I'm gonna show you guys another example. Hope you guys are getting some value. Like I said, if you guys are getting some value, let me know in the comment section. If you haven't already, just hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, share this video. If you have to rewatch this video, rewatch it. But I'm gonna show you guys some more examples of this sweep strategy right here. Okay, so let's delete that. So now if you're trading London session, let's say that you want to trade London session. Okay, you see this, right? Let me bring this over. You see that we're over here. Let me actually bring this over here. You see over here, you got the sweep, right? You see that London session swept below Asian session, which is the Asian session is the yellow box, and London session swept below it. That's a sweep, all right? So when that happens, there's most likely a reversal coming. Okay, so if you wanted to, if you were trading the London session, all you got to do is just put on your VWAP at the start of. Now, U.S. London session starts at 3 a.m., but I have this session box starting at 12 midnight. Okay, so I'm going to mark the candle right there, and I'm going to throw on my VWAP right there, and then as soon as price breaks above it, what you could have do is you could have just took on the you could have took the trade on the first break, or you could have wait for confirmation from the shark algo indicator on signal. We had got a buy 4-star signal. Okay, so same thing. All right, you could have just got in right. What we got in? You could have got in right above there if you want, and put your stop right there, and you could have took the trade to the upside. Okay, just like that. Because like I'm gonna also say this: whenever price is above this anchor VWAP, this white line right here that you're seeing, whenever price is above that VWAP, that means buyers are in control, and whenever price is below that VWAP, that means sellers are in control. Okay, so I know that buyers are in control because price is above this VWAP, and I got a buy signal from Shark Algo. So now that's giving me more confirmation. Okay, that's giving me more confirmation. And then if we throw on the session value profile indicator, we could have looked to see if there was a previous, let me see, was there a previous one? Sometimes it lines up, but remember, whenever you can line this up with the session volume profile and mark up those 3 levels, like the point of control and the value area high, value area low, you can really catch some good trades. But in this case, trading London session, we didn't see any of that above that. Okay, but you get the picture though. I'm just trying to give you guys, just instead of you just taking trades with the indicator, I'm just trying to give you guys more confluence when it comes to actually taking the trade. Okay, so yeah, that's an example right there. As you can see right here, we got another example in London. All right, as you can see right here, this blue box right here. This is London session box right here. Even though London session started at 3, I got it starting at midnight. Okay, so we're gonna make that blue. Okay, and then we're gonna make this yellow. Remember, when there is whenever price sweeps the previous session, either to the upside or the downside, there's most likely a reversal coming. Okay, there's most likely. Remember, like I'm giving you guys some really really good tips right here. Okay, whenever price sweeps above a session, there's most likely a reversal coming. So in this case, right, a London session swept above Asian session. Okay, so we got that swept right here. That was the highest point right there. Okay, let me move this over here. All right, that was the highest point that the London session sweep, because we got a session sweep right now. I'm going to be looking for some shorts. Okay, and as you can see right here, if you got in a trade, let's also throw in our VWAP right at the start of that. Now, as you can see, once you see that price break that VWAP, what you could have did was you could have got in a trade right there if you wanted to. So in this case, you could have took the trade. I could have took a short position right here. Sometimes I wait for the retest on that, but put your stop a little bit above that London zone, right? And look at this. You could have called it. You could have called a 1-to-1 if you wanted to. Price would have came back up a little bit towards your entry, but if you'd have holded the trade, you could have caught a 5R on this trade right here, guys. You could have caught a 5R. Okay, all right. That's telling me, that's letting me know that I should be ending this video because my iPad is about to go dead here. So you see that, as you see the price, once you see the sweep, and then you wait for price to break above or below the VWAP, take the entry, and you get a Shark Algo signal, take the trade. It's a high value, it's an A+ setup. Okay, now let's actually go to the session volume profile and see if we can see. Okay, we have, okay, as you can see over here, we have, remember, I like to mark up these 3 key levels. This is the point of control right here. Okay, we mark that up. Once I mark up my 3 levels, all right, I'm turning the indicator off because I don't want that on my chart. I just want, all I'm using that indicator for is just to mark those 3 key levels. Okay, and look at this. Price came right back to that level. Okay, as you can see, price came back to this level here. So if you took the trade here, probably you could have targeted that level, that purple level right here. And like I said, these point of control key levels off of the session volume profile indicator are like magnets. Price likes to always come back to these levels. Okay, so that's that, guys. I mean, I can actually, let's see if we can look at other assets to see. I don't know why I got it. Let's see. Let's look at, we got some buy signals here, sell signals there. Like, as you can see, these Shark Algo's signals are kind of on point. You got a buy signal there, went all the way up there. Sell signals there. You see that? I can go on and on. But guys, if you guys got value, let me know in the comment section. Hit that like button. If you haven't subscribed yet, just hit the subscribe button. Like I said, guys, if you do decide to purchase, where was I? If you decide to purchase Shark Algo, right? Remember, for only $1, you'll be able to try out Shark Algo for only $1 for 14 days. If you do decide to choose that, or even choose the ultimate package, you're gonna get access to my trade copier as a bonus. Okay, so I mean, you're able to copy my trades for free, meaning every time I take a trade on my account, those same trades will be automatically copied over to your account, hands free. And this bonus to you guys is for free. I'm giving you guys this bonus if you decide to purchase Shark Algo. And if you guys want to learn more about it or got any questions, you can always message me on Telegram or Instagram, which will be in the link. Those links will be in the description box below. But with that being said, guys, I'm Andre Catnot here from West Palm Beach, Florida. Click that link in the description box below and purchase Shark Algo. and you'll get access to my bonuses. Take care, y'all.